Hey y'all, it's Stacy with SouthernBite.com. Welcome back to the kitchen. Today we're making easy peanut butter fudge. This is a great holiday treat, but honestly, it's peanut butter. It's great any time of the year, and it's surprisingly easy. Let me show you how I do it. So, in my boiler here, I've got about 3 cups of granulated sugar. To that, I'm going to add 12 tablespoons, or about 1.5 sticks, of unsalted butter. Now, if you only have salted butter, it'll work just fine. And I've got 5 ounces of evaporated milk. Now, sometimes, especially with my traditional chocolate fudge recipe, I get questions from people saying that their fudge didn't set up or something like that. What I've determined is that in most cases, people bought a 10-ounce can of evaporated milk, or they bought sweetened condensed milk. It's neither of those. It is a 5-ounce can of evaporated milk. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring this to a low boil. We're gonna have to stir pretty much constantly. Our goal here is to get this sugar mixture to that soft ball stage, which is about 235 degrees. So we're just gonna monitor the heat and stir until we get there. All right, so the goal here is to get this, like I said, to 235 degrees. Now, if it happens to be a particularly humid day or if it's raining, you can cook it a little above that, and that will help to ensure that it's gonna set. You wanna make sure that you monitor this with something like a candy thermometer or an instant read thermometer like this, because we wanna make sure that we don't get much over that 235 mark, or we're gonna end up with grainy fudge. Okay, now I'm gonna add 1/3 cup of creamy peanut butter. I'm sure you could use chunky peanut butter if you wanted to. And then we're just gonna stir. Now this all happens pretty quickly, so you wanna have your ingredients already prepped and ready. And it's also helpful too to have an extra set of hands in the kitchen when you do this, because it's a lot of stirring. I'm adding a 10-ounce bag of peanut butter chips here. And just stir, stir, stir until we get all that combined, get everything melted. And now the trick with this type of fudge is using a container of marshmallow cream or marshmallow fluff. Now, making traditional fudge doesn't use that, and it requires tons of stirring because we have to beat air into it so that it has that nice, fluffy, creamy consistency. But when we swap just sugar with some of this marshmallow cream that has air beaten into it, it helps get that texture that we need without all of that extra work. So I'm just plopping this. This is a 7-ounce container of marshmallow cream that's going right into our mixture here. And I've got an 8x8 or a 9x9, either one will work, pan here that I've sprayed with a little nonstick cooking spray. You could also brush it with some butter. We just need a place for this to go. I like a thicker fudge, so I like to use the 8x8. But you could use different sizes if you wanted thinner fudge. And again, this is just about stirring. So we're just gonna stir, stir, stir till we get that marshmallow cream all melted and combined here. All right, now that we've got that all combined, and I will say you're dealing with molten sugar here, so you wanna be a little cautious not to splash that out on you. We've got everything nice and combined. This is gonna go right into our prepared pan here. Again, moving kind of quickly because this is gonna set up pretty fast. And then, to add a little more peanut flavor here, I'm gonna sprinkle the top with some chopped peanuts. Now you could use some honey roasted peanuts, you could use cocktail peanuts. I'm using some dry roasted peanuts because I love that sweet and salty combination. Gonna just sprinkle these right over the top. And of course you don't have to do this, you could leave it just like it is. And I'm gonna take the back of my spatula here and just lightly press these in so that we make sure that they're gonna stick. You don't wanna do that with your hand, obviously, because this is super hot. We're gonna allow this to set, it's gonna cool, we can turn it out and slice it, and you've got a delicious, creamy peanut butter fudge. Folks, you can find this recipe by heading over to the website at SouthernBite.com and just visit the Simply Southern TV tab that's right at the top. Y'all enjoy.
Mary, on his website, Stacy calls marshmallow cream magic in a jar because it makes the process so much easier and forgiving. Now, if you thought he stirred a lot in that segment, he says there's even more stirring if you decided to make it without the marshmallow cream.
Oh, that's your exercise for the day then, I guess. We appreciate the Alabama Peanut Producers Association for sponsoring today's recipe.
And we appreciate all of you joining us as we kicked off a brand new season of Simply Southern today. I hope you'll be back with us again next week for a show that's all about learning about agriculture. We'll meet a group of kindergartners who are discovering why honeybees are important in producing our food, clothing, and housing.
We'll also ride along with a group of teachers who are learning how catfish make it from ponds in West Alabama to your dinner table. I'm Mary Wilson.
And I'm Kevin Worthington. We'll see you right back here next week.
Simply Southern is produced by the Alabama Farmers Federation and made possible with the support of these sponsors.